It's reported that PSV want close to 50 to 60 million euros for Cody Gakpo to leave the Netherlands side, but United is planning to make a 40 million bid in January to see whether it can get accepted by PSV. Welcome to United Matters channel. How are you guys? We are talking Amad Diallo returning to Old Trafford to go on and play a game of football. Then Erik ten Hag has a lot of things he has said about Hag Bissaka after his exquisite performance last night at the Old Trafford as we beat Burnley by 2-0. He registered his assist, and Ten Hag has gone ahead to react to what the cause of the day was as far as Hag Bissaka is concerned. Smash the like button, comment and share. And if at all you're watching us for the very first time, lower right bottom corner, that's the place to be. And don't forget that this is the channel that does strictly Manchester United content. Let's get into this. We've come in late, but more or less, we are going to come in through and really bring you more stories today, because even the Carabao Cup draw is going to happen when this Liverpool game and Man City is done at Etihad. Now, we've been told by Dean Jones. Dean Jones is a football transfer reporter. Obviously, he works for Give Me Sport and NBL Football, and he is really somehow a bit credible. I cannot say that he is first tier, but I can put him in second, third tier journalist as far as transfers are concerned. But he has told us that Manchester United are set to make a £40 million bid for Cody Gakpo in January. United feel the deal is doable at that price. Obviously, I came up and did the story yesterday about the £42 million price set by PSV for the club that wants to go on and take Cody Gakpo in January. They want to sell off the player, but they want £42 million, meaning that if United makes up a bid of £40 million, there will be just £2 million less from getting this player, meaning that this deal is going to happen. It's going to happen according to me. If at all this is true, that United are planning to make a 40 million bid, I think they'll accept £40 million guaranteed fee, then £2 million of add-ons, even if it's 10. To me, I don't mind when the add-ons are 10, because those add-ons are performance-based. The more the player performs, the more the team that he left gets in more money. And the more Cody Gakpo performs, that means United is also going to be really propelling to the next level. One, some of the clauses that have always been put in the contracts of Manchester United players are qualifying for the Champions League, scoring such and such a number of goals, winning the Premier League, winning a UEFA Europa League, playing in a final. All those clauses come in with a lot of money that is paid back. I think the most club that has ever achieved from the add-ons is Everton, because they got all the money of Wayne Rooney. That's it. They got all the money that they expected to get from Wayne Rooney. Every time United won something, Everton got something. And remember, by that time, United couldn't end the season without winning something. And most of the seasons Wayne Rooney spent at Manchester United, he spent all those times winning. He won 5 Premier Leagues. I remember he started to win the Premier League in 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009. All those seasons was triumphant. Then 2012-2013, that was the fourth, and I think around, was it 2010? I think 2010-2011 was Man City, but I think there was a year when Chelsea came in and won, and there are those last 2 trophies that Sir Alex Ferguson won with Manchester United, and that summed off Wayne Rooney's trophies to 5 in the Premier League. Then the Champions League, went ahead to win the Champions League. He played the Champions League final, and I think there is no season that Wayne Rooney spent at Manchester United under the era of Sir Alex Ferguson and United never qualified for the Champions League. Every time we qualified for the Champions League, United had to go on and really pay money to Everton. The same applies to Cristiano Ronaldo. His deal that brought him to Manchester United amounted to £20 million, but £12 million guaranteed fees were paid as the upfront fee. Then £8 million were paid later, because for him, he even went ahead to win the Ballon d'Or, and obviously he climaxed everything, and Sporting Lisbon got all its money back. And by then, £20 million was a lot of money. It was I think it's now like, if I told you to convert, if I told you to convert on this rate now, I think it was like, I think like 50 million pounds. 50 million pounds for an 18-year-old by then. It was a lot of money. So I believe if United has decided to go on and make a 40 million pound bid, this deal is going to be done and dusted even before we enter January. This is what Ten Hag talked about, that while he was at Ajax, they were discussing the signing of other players at the club that they had scouted. He put out that tweet yesterday. That tweet was put out yesterday from the interview he did with the Manchester United TV. You get MUTV. He said he was planning, because he never knew that was going to come to Manchester United in January. In January, they had sat down with Edwin van der Sar and Clancy-Anne Huntelaar to discuss on which players they are going to go on and really bring and which players they are willing to go on and sell. And they are looking in for replacement of Anthony, because Anthony had made them known that he wants to move on in the summer. So that is the technique that Erik ten Hag has really brought in at Manchester United. He wants these deals to be agreed on early enough, such that at the beginning of the January transfer window, we have Cody Gakpo with us, meaning that he doesn't want to see United lose out on any point because of lack of a striking force. That's Ten Hag for you, and that's what he said about a player. Sorry, that's not Ten Hag for you. That is Dean Jones. Dean Jones for you, telling us that United are ready to make a 40 million pound bid for Cody Gakpo. Now, yesterday, United went ahead to beat a team known as Burnley by how many goals? By 2-0. But most memorable will be the goal of Rashford that he scored that erased all Hag Bissaka's efforts that he really did to really do a slide cutback to find the unmarked Eriksson, who tapped the ball in the back of the net in the 27th minute. But all in all, his efforts have not gone unrecognized by Erik ten Hag, and Ten Hag has come out to really say the following onto the performances of Hag Bissaka. This is what Erik ten Hag had to say. He said he has a future. He has had some good years at Manchester United, but from the start of the season, he has had a lot of illness and injuries. So from the restart on, he is fit, so he could train with the team, and you see him progressing well. All right, we all know that Hag Bissaka and Ten Hag have no bad blood, but Ten Hag made it known to the board that he needs another right back, and Hag Bissaka is not his kind of player. The reason as to why he got some playing time yesterday was because Dalot is injured, and no other right back is available at the club. That's the only way he got some playing time. But if at all Dalot was present, he wouldn't have played a minute, because even the last game we played when Bissaka was back, we played West Ham. Why do I misquote Fulham with West Ham? Because they all come from London. No, the last time we played Fulham, he played a left back as a right back. That is Taleb Malacia. So that really shocked very many people, and that confirmed us that there is no way Bissaka is going to make his return to starting 11 of United. But yesterday, he made a complete start into a United starting 11, and he played, I think, the entire 90 minutes, and Bissaka showed that at least he can put himself on the market. And I believe this will be good news for Hag Bissaka, because 3 teams were really racing in for him. That is West Ham, Crystal Palace, and Wolverhampton Wanderers. And most of them wanted him on a loan. With the performance he put up yesterday, I think they can now come in and put in money for this player, because he really went ahead to put on a show that everyone admired at the club of West Ham, Crystal Palace, and West Ham. And it went ahead to show us that maybe he's not all that a player that is badly off, but he doesn't fit or suit a system for Erik ten Hag. So I think he made a very good show for himself. He put himself on the market. I believe very many teams are really going to come in for him to see to either they sign him. That is Hag Bissaka. Now, after Hag Bissaka, I think he's also going to play part in the game of football that United is going to play against a team known as Nottingham. That is on Tuesday next week. if at all goes well, he will start, because Ten Hag is good at rewarding players who really come out and perform. He performed very well yesterday, though you cannot compare him to Diego Delo or any right back that Erik Ten Hag is really eyeing, because their skill set of going forward and being comfortable with the ball on their foot is different altogether. And while going forward, those crosses that Dalo brings in, his threat in the final third of the opponent is not the same like that of Aaron Wan-Bissaka. So let's wait and see whether it's going to be rewarded a start in a game of Nottingham Forest. Now, there is a United correspondent known as Rick Flay. He's a writer of Manchester United news at the Manchester Evening News. He has told us that Ahmad is set to return to Manchester United, known to rejoin Manchester United, but to play fixture at Old Trafford. He has told us that Ahmad will return to Manchester United's training ground next week when Championship side Sunderland use the facility over the festive fixture period. That's what Ahmad is all about. Remember, Ahmad is on fire. He's firing in goals left, right, and center, and he's holding his team to victory every time. He has found himself on the score sheet for the previous 3 games. Apart from the one they played, I think, against Hull City or the weekend, he never scored. But for the previous 3, has been scoring goals for the club, and he's really trying to go on and really show us that he's that £45 million player that United bought from Atalanta in the summer of 2020 with the likes of Cavani, Telles, Danny Van Beek, and who else? And Facundo Pellistri. That is a player known as Amad Diallo, set to return to Manchester United. So guys, thank you very much for watching in through. What are your thoughts on the 40 million Cody Gakpo bid incoming? United are going to submit it in, and obviously when it's allowed, then the player will be happily marching to join Erik Ten Hag. Thank you very much for watching in through. And secondly, would you allow Aaron Wan-Bissaka to start the game of Nottingham Forest on Tuesday? All that and more into the comment section below. I sign out for now. See you later. May the mighty Lord bless you abundantly.